Carolina and Company Live is sponsored by the businesses, organizations, and groups featured in this program. The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect that of WPDE ABC 15, WWMB CW21, or its employees.
You're watching Carolina and Company Live. Your source for fun, entertainment, and events. With your hosts, Cecil Chandler and Amanda Sellers. If it's happening in the area, it's on Carolina and Company Live.
And hello, everybody. It's a Monday, and I hope everybody had a great weekend, because today on the show, boy, we got snakes, alligators, and Chick-fil-A. What a combination.
A few other important things as well, but yes, we do. We've got snakes, and we are celebrating a day early, National Cow Appreciation Day, so that get your cow costume ready,
Moo,
right?
Yeah.
All right, before we get everything started, we do need to check out our weather.
All right, these temperatures we saw this morning in the 60s and even low 70s. We even had a 59-degree reading in Bennettsville. Well, that's gone. 81 now in Bennettsville, Darlington, Hartsville, and Florence. 82 in Sumter, 77 there in Manning, 79 Marion and Johnsonville. Low 80s there at the coastline. The big story, though, not the temperatures. It's the dew points. The dew points sitting in the 50s at this hour, and really, this is some pretty dry air. When you get those dew points in the 50s instead of the 70s and 80s that we've been dealing with for the past several weeks, this is a much drier afternoon than what we've been dealing with. Here's the setup, and here's exactly why. Nice building ridge of high pressure to our west. Clockwise flow around it brings in that northerly flow, and we also have Tropical Storm Chris, which is basically stalled about 200 miles off of our coastline. That a counterclockwise flow. So you get this very narrow band, this very narrow corridor of north wind coming straight out of Canada, where it is a cooler and drier air mass. Take a look at some of these dew points as we roll throughout the rest of the afternoon, still staying in those 50s, like I said, and the 50s eventually translating to some lower and even mid-60s tomorrow. But even with that slight increase in dew points, the humidity level's not going to be that bad. So today, just a bit humid along the Grand Strand, more refreshing and pleasant along inland locations. Come tomorrow, a bit humid area-wide, but the muggy and oppressive and soupy conditions slated to return Wednesday evening and then all day Thursday, Friday, heading into the weekend. High temps today in the 80s, even some low 90s inland. Talking tropics, Beryl is gone. Only the remnants remain. Tropical Storm Chris we'll talk about in just a second, but the remnants of Beryl may move into this area of the Bahamas by mid to late week, and at that point may have a chance of redeveloping into Tropical Storm Beryl. Tropical Storm Chris, stationary right now, max winds of 60 miles per hour. Hurricane hunters were out there. We'll get another flight starting around 2 o'clock, but they didn't find anything that warranted an increase in strength. In fact, it's upwelling a little bit of cooler waters, but still, the track does continue to make it a Category 1 hurricane. Bottom line, no major impacts to us, just a decrease in, an increase in those rip current risks. That will decrease by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday after that storm pulls away, and as a result, we'll deal with some sea breeze showers and storms, and once again, the humidity increasing. High pressure slated to build back into the weekend. We could see a few sea breeze showers Saturday and Sunday, but right now, the chance is too slim to include it.
And welcome back, everybody. All right, we got a few things to talk about before we get started today. A great show. Don't forget, call your neighbor, tell them we're on the air where they can watch us, okay?
They definitely want to watch
today.
They need to watch
today's show.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about today. Today is Monday, July the 9th, and it is Recreation Day.
And it's also Air Conditioning Appreciation Day, and believe me, I do appreciate it.
I do, except for it was, well, I will say it was beautiful this morning.
Yes, it was.
You could have opened the doors. It was nice. But now, a little warm. Let's talk about birthdays for today. Go for it.
O.J. Simpson, 1947, he was born. He's 71 years old. A 1968 Heisman Trophy winner and first pick for the Buffalo Bills in 1969. And let's see, in 1994, the murder trial, he was acquitted.
All right, 1954, Kevin O'Leary, 64 years old, Mr. Wonderful, as he, I thought that was you.
Yeah, that's what
okay, no. Mr. Wonderful, as he's called on the Shark Tank, starred in the Canadian series, The Lang and O'Leary.
Okay, 1956, Tom Hanks, 62 years old, Academy Awards for Best Actor in Philadelphia, and Forrest Gump. Also, he was in The Green Mile, Saving Private Ryan, and Apollo 13.
I like Tom Hanks. Very good. All right, today in history, 1985, Joe Namath signed a 5-year pact with ABC TV to provide commentary for Monday Night Football.
That's right, Super Joe. 2015, the South Carolina House of Representatives approved taking down the Confederate flag from the Capitol grounds. The flag was removed the next day and taken to the State Military Museum.
That's right.
All right, know-it-all department today. You know, mosquitoes out right now, and everybody, you know, you get bit by mosquitoes, you put on stuff, try to keep it off.
Do they bite you?
Listen, they don't bother me.
They don't bother me either. You know why?
Why?
Sour.
That's you. No, here's the reason now. Listen, here's something you need to do. Did you know that rubbing a banana peel on a mosquito bite will help stop the itching?
Really?
Yeah, so I reckon if you eat 3 or 4 bananas and save the peelings, you'll be okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So try that the next time.
I wonder why.
A banana peeling, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's it. That's it from the Know-It-All department
That's
today.
right. We do have a great show lined up. Up first, the Snake Chaser. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back.
And welcome back, everybody, to Carolina and Company Live. All right, we've got Russell with us right now, and they call him the Snake Chaser. The man does everything: bats, snakes, alligators.
Yeah.
He's got how many copperheads you got in there?
There's 21 of them here.
21 copperheads in there now.
Yeah, and you said these came out of 2 different
2
locations.
yards over a 4-night period. It's cicada season. And the cicadas are actually larvae that hatch from the ground, and then when they climb out of the ground, these copperheads are attracted to that. It's a free meal, so they just simply wait by a tree, and here they come. And 16 were found at one property and 5 were at another.
All right, now how do you make sure?
There's 2 properties. We've caught many more other than these.
How do you make sure you don't have any cicadas in your yard? I need to check on that.
Well, cicadas are one of those things that everybody has.
Oh, they do?
Some have more than others. You know, so some people have larger populations, and when we do, we find more copperheads in their yards.
Wow.
Okay,
right.
so no trees, no cicadas. I've got my list going
if
right
you
now.
have hardwood trees, the deciduous trees, you're more likely to have this.
Okay.
All right, now what's the biggest thing right now? Copperheads we know, but what else is the biggest thing nuisance that people
Right
are
now we're
with?
dealing with bats. We're actually, we don't do bat exclusions, meaning removing bats from people's homes until we get to July, because May and June is brood season. But over the period of May and June, we had about 47 or 48 of them, and we're just starting to do those.
Goodness.
Well, he came to my house and got them out of my house.
That's
Great job on it. All right, now what do you have in a little box over there?
Well, I have a little alligator.
A little? It has to be a little one, yeah.
Oh, look at him.
That's
Oh.
Wally. Yeah, this is one of the alligators we use for educational purposes. Really tame. Had a little issue when he was younger, but we kind of, nursed him back to health. So
Really tame, as in.
Like he won't bite you.
Well,
he bites.
he's a reptile.
Yeah.
Okay, he gonna bite you.
You can never trust a reptile.
Yeah, look at that. Good shot. That's a good shot on him.
Look
right
at
there.
him. Right. About how old is this one?
About 1.5 years, 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, where did you get him? Where did you get him?
It's a long story. I mean, it'd probably take an hour to tell you.
Don't tell me. But this is what you do. Now, what is the most unusual thing you've done this year in capturing?
I get asked that question so often. But I do so many normal things for me that other people would seem to be
call it unusual.
Sure.
I mean, we remove copperheads for a living, I get some really strange calls for people who see things. I mean, I've been paid to catch sticks. Last year, someone paid me to catch a saw blade. A little hacksaw blade that was on their back porch. They thought it was a snake.
They thought it was a snake.
They paid me $90 to come catch
get the hacksaw.
I bet you they sure did. All right, now, even under houses, are you the one going under the houses, getting them? How do we work on that?
I do sometimes. I have 3 other people that work for me, so I'm up here. You know, since I own the business, so if someone's going underneath the house, it's going to be somebody that's getting paid a little bit less than I do.
Yes.
Well, but if I have to, I do go under 5 or 6 houses a month easy.
Well,
wow.
I tell you, Russell, I appreciate you being. They call him the snake chaser. He's added another truck this year because he's been so busy.
Yeah,
taking care of everything.
Yeah, I've been doing this for 25, 26 years.
Wow.
Really?
And especially right here, in a coastal region, I'm sure you see all
and
kinds
with
of things.
all the building of the homes, you're tearing out the habitat. They don't have anywhere to go. So
you're right, exactly. It's not the animals' fault.
You have a blue jay that you've been taking care of. I've been following you online.
We've raised, I think, 22 or 23 baby birds. We do rehabilitation work ourselves. I got a baby deer at the house. We've had a couple baby deer that we fostered, some raccoons, a lot of baby birds. We got one, actually, that little blue jay that you were talking about, really had a lot of personality. Some birds, when you feed them and raise them, they just leave. This guy here, he's sticking
hanging around.
All right. Hey, he said these are going to be released.
Yes.
So what is it, Surfside Drive?
Make sure they're somewhere up North Myrtle Beach or North Carolina.
Right? I'm just kidding.
We usually take them someplace very far away from human activity.
Good.
Right.
Love it.
Thanks, Russell.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for being
Check
with us.
him out, the snake chaser, if you need something removed from your house. All right. We got more coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Carolina and Company Live. Talking about the Myrtle Beach Police Department always going through different trainings to better themselves and better the community. This one of probably my favorites, I think, so far that you guys have done. You're going to teach your staff and officers how to deal with someone who may have autism.
That's right. This is something they've been going through for, a year or so now. Y'all been doing this, Joy. Now, what is the difference from that type training compared to regular training a police officer receives?
Well, we have individuals in our community that have special needs, and we have to serve them as well and identify what their needs are. So we have to learn how to communicate with them. Someone that has autism may be fearful of the uniform, or they may be attracted to the uniform and may want to get really close to you. And as a law enforcement officer, that typically makes us nervous a little bit.
Yeah.
So we have to identify someone that has autism to learn how to respond so we can communicate to them. The sirens is another thing that makes some of them very, very scared.
Someone with sensory processing, that probably is
So if
huge.
we're responding to a call for service, we typically tell the officers to turn the sirens off and adjust our approach to make sure they're comfortable and communicate with us.
All right, now this has worked good for y'all. I know you've had some cases where you've used this and all. Now, you know, should more police stations and companies, they should be doing this. Are they doing it?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Anytime that we can get training, we're very grateful for that. And many of agencies within Horry County are doing this type of training because a lot of us participate in Project Lifesaver, and that's a program in which someone that has autism that comes into our community, if we know about it, we have the ability to track them through various devices. So we do come into interaction with individuals with autism quite frequently.
Okay.
All right, now, go ahead.
No, I just think it's great. I think if anything, it gives you and your crew exposure to different people. I mean, everyone is different. Not everybody fits into a box, and I think that's super important to realize.
Certainly, we have something here that attracts folks with autism. Many individuals with autism love water. So if they go visit the beach, they want to run to the water. And so that could present a very difficult situation if we're in a rescue situation.
Sure.
So we have to know how to communicate with someone with autism.
All right, now somebody watching right now want to know more about this. Can they contact you at the police department?
Certainly. Give us a call at the police department. 843-918-1366 is my direct line, or 843-918-1382 is our main line.
All right, dealing with autism, that's what it's all about, learning how to deal with people with different, problems. And that's, I think that's great, Joe. I think it's great y'all doing that.
It is. It's communicate and exposure.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. All right, stick around. Another community service effort that is going really well. Cecil?
I'm ready.
Get your gloves on.
Bring it on.
We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Carolina.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
She told me to practice.
All right, welcome back. We are talking about a local trainer. She's developed a program, not just any program. This program serves people in our community through kickboxing with Parkinson's disease. She's partnered up with American Fitness. They've stepped in to help. Nikki, first of all, okay, Cecil does not have Parkinson's, but
no, I don't.
Let's teach him a little bit. Y'all box for a second.
What do you do?
All right, your left hand is going to be your 1.
1, okay.
Your
1,
right
2.
hand is going to be your 2.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
1.
1.
1.
1.
1.
1.
1, 2.
1, 2.
1, 2.
1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2.
This is awesome.
That's too much thinking.
Wait a minute, can I have the gloves now?
Yeah,
all right, Nikki, y'all come over here. Let's talk a little bit about
Come on,
this.
sit down.
Yeah, we can sit down real quick.
We're going to sit down real quick.
Let's talk about a little bit about this program. You are a trainer. You had a client with Parkinson's. Tell us a little bit about your background and then what you're doing and why this is so important.
I've been doing boxing and kickboxing for about 12 years now, and I had a client with Parkinson's. He wanted to start a community outreach, a class.
Okay.
He thought the demand was there, so we did, and within under a year we have about 50 clients with Parkinson's.
Wow.
And 10 boxing classes.
Wow.
And it continues to grow.
So you're doing all this where?
inside American Fitness.
Yeah, and we can talk to Jamie about this too. Jamie, well, here's some pictures of what's going on. But Jamie, you know, you guys are so involved in the community, and so when Nikki, you know, approached you, when you guys talked about this, talk to me about it.
When she initially, we had our first meeting, I was a little standoffish because I honestly did not know much about Parkinson's.
Right.
After our first meeting, I sat down that night and I actually did a little bit of homework. The next day, I thought this was something that we needed to do. And I know a little bit about Parkinson's now, but what I've learned since she's been there and doing these classes is how much teamwork this disease actually takes.
Yeah.
So while the significant other is taking the class, I'm speaking with the spouse or the significant other, and I'm learning about the challenges at home and what they have to do together to make this work. So it's really
incredible. 50 people have come forward now and that are learning how to do this.
Yes.
And you're looking for more. You know, we sat down and talked a little bit about it. Why kickboxing? Why does that work with people with Parkinson's? What is the method behind it?
It's like the epitome of like multitasking. So any exercise is good. We would never discount any exercise. Boxing, though, you're working forward, back, side, side. Footwork, focus, concentration. You're with the motor symptoms that they have, the non-motor symptoms, you're hitting stuff. It feels so good.
Sure.
You're getting in there with the camaraderie of all the other people that are dealing with the same thing you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So you're not an outsider anymore. Now you guys are all working together to battle this one disease. We're fighting back against Parkinson's, but one punch at a time.
It's awesome.
It's so much fun.
That's great.
Awesome.
I'm just glad that you come along and help them out with doing this too. I think
it's great.
And what was really interesting was when she came, we didn't have the space. We didn't think we did.
Yeah.
And as we started looking at her schedule and our schedule, it just worked. And
That's awesome.
We were able to get
And
her
you
inside
know
the
that
building.
it is something that's making a difference when stuff like that
Yes,
happens.
definitely.
So for more information, if you guys
Thank
know
you.
somebody
Appreciate
with
it.
Parkinson's or you yourself are suffering, give them a call over there. They'd be happy to help you. Working on your nonprofit as well, which is fantastic, so they can serve more of the community. We'll be back.
And welcome back, everybody. It's Cow Appreciation Day.
Tomorrow.
And we got the cow with us today.
Hey!
Hey, look at the cow. All right.
Cal's going to do a little dancing over there. That's right. Chick-fil-A presents National Cow Appreciation Day every year. I need to know, what do people need to do in order to get free Chick-fil-A? You say free Chick-fil-A, people are going to do whatever needs to happen. Tell me about it.
That's right. We got, let's see, we got Megan, I got them. Maddie.
You got him?
Yeah, Maddie. I'm sorry, go
That's
ahead.
right.
Maddie,
Tell us about Cow
it.
Appreciation Day.
Sure. So all you have to do is basically dress up like a cow. We want a little bit more effort than just a white t-shirt and some black pants. We want the spots. We want a cow nose, you know, a cowbell. Feel free to go all out. It's a
You
lot
got to
of
put a
fun.
little effort into
Exactly. Yes. You're getting free Chick-fil-A.
You're getting free Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
What do people get when they dress up like a cow? They can bring the whole family in, correct?
Absolutely. Yes. We encourage that.
Okay.
Actually. Yeah.
What are they going to receive?
So adults can receive a free entree. That unfortunately is not including salads, but that's
Right.
any sandwiches, the wraps, soup,
Great.
anything off the menu. Kids can get a free kids meal, and that's any of our kids meals. Yep.
All
Fantastic.
right, now we're going to go over here. Let's see. You're going to tell us what all we got here.
Yeah,
What
tell
show?
us a little bit
We'll
about
start on this end right here, of course.
Yes, so we have our chicken nuggets right here, our famous chicken nuggets next to our sandwiches. We didn't bring the sandwiches,
They're
but
over
we
there.
brought
No,
nuggets.
they brought the sandwiches. They got them over there.
Then
All right.
we have our delicious bulk salad here. We got an assortment of dressings next to it. This is just a variety of lettuce, and then you got cheese and carrots,
Fantastic.
tomatoes. And then we
This
brought
one of
yes.
my
fruit
kids
trays.
absolutely their favorite's the fruit tray. They love
Everybody
the fruit.
loves the
Great.
fruit tray here. And
I
you
mean,
brought
you've got a mixture of fruit in there. You
Yeah.
got the strawberries, apples, oranges, blueberries.
everything.
And
And,
then
the
the
drinks.
delicious
Tell them about the
caramel.
lemonade, the famous lemonade.
Oh, you know
My
we have to
favorite.
bring our famous lemonade and tea, so.
It is very good.
Fantastic.
So I'll tell you what, we appreciate this. Now, when does all this start? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, what time we open? Some
right.
stores open at 6, some open at 6:30. So just be aware of
Start
your
dressing like a
stores.
cow and getting ready.
Yes.
Getting
Right?
like
And
now,
it does
do-
end at 7.
and
too.
It does
it
end
ends
at
at
7.
7
End at
o'clock.
7.
Know that. Open until 7 o'clock. You dress like a cow, and if you want to moo, you can moo, right, cow? Yeah, that's right.
Hey.
Moo for me, Cecil.
Eat more chicken. That's what it's all about here, Chick-fil-A. We thank y'all so much for
it's
Cow
our pleasure.
Appreciation Day. Thank
That's
you
right.
so much.
Tomorrow, check out Chick-fil-A's around the area. We'll be back.
What do you look for when you want something entertaining, informative, and lots of fun? Carolina and Company Live with Cecil Chandler and Amanda Sellers. This show keeps you informed of everything happening along the Grand Strand, PD, and Borderville. Tired of watching the same old every day? Why not tune in to Carolina and Company Live? A show that's just plain fun.
Hollywood!
Weekdays at noon on WPDE ABC 15.
You know, being on Carolina and Company Live is probably the best job I've ever had. I come to work every day, and it doesn't even feel like work. And working with Cecil is definitely a highlight. You know, he's a crazy guy. He says all kinds of crazy things, but he can get away with it after being in the business for 45 years, and he can teach me so much. Every day I come in, I can learn from his stories and work towards my future in TV. We have a great time together, and how you see us on TV, that's how we are off set as well. We truly enjoy working together and what we do, and we thank you for joining us. What a fun show today. Snakes, a really great community effort. Boxing, that's fantastic.
If they'd had numbers on the gloves, I could have kept up.
Oh, maybe. And also National Cow Appreciation Day happening tomorrow. Guess what I'm going to do?
What?
Eat some Chick-fil-A. What are you
You
doing?
got that right. Dress up like a cow tomorrow and check out the Chick-fil-A, and you might get a free meal.
That's right.
Have a great day,
Have a good
everybody.
afternoon. We'll see y'all later.
Carolina and Company Live is sponsored by the businesses, organizations, and groups featured in this program. The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect that of WPDE ABC 15, WWMB CW 21, or its employees.
And hello, everybody. It's Tuesday. Coming up, the Grand Strand Humane Society is here with Pet of the Day.
That's right. And also Backpack Buddies, they're hoping to get some volunteers to help work their donation stations at Walmart throughout the summer. A really fantastic organization.
And let me tell you now, the Florence Civic Center has this big program coming up, National Horseshoe Pitching.
Wow.
We're going to be talking about that.
Oh, my goodness. Also, a community in Conway Alive, always doing great things to help the community, talking about a rent assistance program. Hey, everybody, it is a Wednesday. In just a few minutes, Cecil and I are headed out.